What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to talk to you about Lucid. This is a fairly big week for Lucid. They do have their event coming out on the 27th. Aside from that though, a lot of individuals feel like there is going to be a partnership announcement soon. So I wanted to go over what the latest as far as that goes, if there's any validity and everything else. But first, make sure to hit that thumbs up, and with that, let's get right to it. So starting off, the potential partnership would be with Hyundai. I've brought this article up, goes over how they have the big event on the 28th where they're going to be debuting their new 𝗪𝗧𝗪 brand. But nonetheless, I think there's just a lot of finite, intricate details that's alluding to a partnership. So it says right here, the event will feature a exhibit showcasing potential partnership opportunities. So opportunities does show, insinuate for the future, not current, but nonetheless, maybe they're just stating that because it hasn't been announced yet. I also do find it very weird that Adam Jonas did give a re-rating and gave a bull case for $10 when he cited an AI partnership. That came out of completely like left field, so maybe he kind of knew some information or pieced some things together. But ultimately, Hyundai and Seer mid last year, so in 2024, did announce a partnership. If you think about it, this is what 𝗪𝗧𝗪 does post. This is kind of the umbrella under the PIF. So here's Lucid, all their many partnerships with NVIDIA, LG, Panasonic, and so forth. But Seer and Hyundai are just pretty much right next door. So I think just the PIF is organizing a lot of these partnerships that is going to all benefit them. Lucid has the technology, Seer has the ability to really ramp up, and that's through Foxconn. Then you have Hyundai at the same time. They have the infrastructure, global infrastructure. So I think just Lucid and Hyundai do make sense, but there are some things that recently came out that is insinuating that there is more to it. So as you can kind of see, 𝗪𝗧𝗪 did repost this from this Brett individual. Brett stating, saying that it looks like the Wonder Box. I don't really see it being the Wonder Box, only because of from this Lucid video. This is what the Wonder Box looks like, so it doesn't really match that to me, of course. But left side, this is Hyundai. So you can kind of see just this component, right side is Lucid. So same kind of very general configuration. Maybe this is where they're getting on, or they're talking about the Wonder Box at the top right there. But yeah, nonetheless, there is definitely a lot of similarities. At the same time, I'm sure a lot of companies do get the same parts from OEMs, so there could be that, just to play devil's advocate. But I think there is a lot of good justifying reasons for a partnership between Hyundai and Lucid. And ever since Peter's time, like several quarters ago, they've always alluded to OEMs, several OEMs that they are looking at and negotiating partnerships with. That Peter kind of mentioned that it would be more oriented towards that mid-size, but recently with the Q4 earnings, Mark did allude to something coming soon. So soon could match with what Mark also is trying to pivot marketing wise with Lucid. So like I said, I think there is a lot of big kind of points to justify a Lucid Hyundai partnership, but then again, Lucid, it also makes sense, Lucid and Apple, but that clearly never came to fruition yet. So let me know your general thoughts on that. There was also this clip, so Trump kind of talked on that big $20 billion deal from Hyundai, and that was ultimately for a steel plant. So they're setting up a lot of infrastructure in the States. So again, potentially there might be something there. So let me know your thoughts on that in the comments below. So right now it is pre-market, so it's relatively flat. We'll wait and see how the market does play out today. So if there's a lot of big changes, I'll do a PM video. But there's one thing I do want to bring up though, and that is shorts. So shorts right now are increasing 243,000 shares pre-market. 23.41% of the free float is being shorted. So that has changed because NASDAQ did provide a report as of yesterday, so it's always delayed. On a side note, so March the 14th, there was 284.95 million shares overall are being shorted. Works out to be 0.54%, so an increase of 6.23%. So meaning that between February the 28th and March the 14th, there was a estimated roughly around 16-ish million shares increased that we weren't aware of. And most of the time that is done through the dark pool. So every time I go over videos, I go over dark pool transactions, secondary market. Dark pool often is just meant to hide shares. So that's obviously how a lot of these transactions are flying under the radar. So let me know your general thoughts on Lucid. Do you think that there is some validity to that partnership? Do you think that it will be announced this week or by this wording of future like potential opportunities? Do you think that is going to be announced later down the line? So what's your kind of viewpoint on that in the comments below? And again, I guess going back over here, this is a video, so I can't really enlarge it all that much, but I guess this right here on a side note does somewhat match with this-ish somewhat. Again, I think they kind of circled this, but there's a lot of other components that does make sense, but I don't know if it's the wonder box exactly. So yeah, hopefully everyone has a good day. Stay tuned for future videos. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. And then one final thing, pop over to my Patreon. I give buy signals on stocks, options, or crypto. Many of them have been absolutely on point and bangers. Definitely worthwhile to pop over there and take a look. With all that, appreciate all of you watching.